So I chose this topic because I had many conversations on conferences with the representatives of marketing teams and product teams. And one common problem was there is lack of communication between these two teams. They are kind of working in silos. And I think I figured out how to solve it in my organization. So I will share it, and you can tell me what I did wrong. I'm Joanna Janik, and I'm data strategy architect from Booksy. I joined the company more than 2 years ago, first as a part of growth team. So I was doing some experiments and mostly cooperating with a product team, but also with marketing teams. Later, I realized there is something not working in how we manage data in organization, so I moved to this position and I started working on this. And because Booksy is not available here, then I will do a little introduction. So this is one of explanation what Booksy is, but the shorter one, and one I like more, is it's just Airbnb for beauty salons. So you can find whatever service you need, book it, find a specific slot, specific space, and you will see who is available nearby. So from technical perspective, we have two apps. One is for individual users, and the one is for businesses. And I have a little video. Let's see if it's working. No? No. Okay, no video. Thank you.
At Booksy, we power thousands of service providers worldwide.
And since no two businesses are exactly alike, we designed a new Booksy experience that meets your specific needs
and grows with your business, no matter where you're headed.
For some of our service providers, this means focusing on simplicity, core functions to get the job done on mobile.
For others, it's a robust feature set designed to scale.
Across devices, within teams, and into the future.
Welcome to the next wave of Booksy.
You choose your path, and we'll meet you there.
Use Booksy Biz Lite for managing core functions on the go, while you're flying from one appointment to the next.
And if you need more, head to the front desk, where Booksy Biz Pro, our full-featured solution, will be waiting.
It's a big shift,
but one we're all ready for.
Together, let's do more better.
And Booksy in numbers, we have more than 500,000 individual users and more than 50,000 business users. We are in the US, in Poland, in Brazil, Mexico, France, Spain, UK. We are not in Asia yet. And company size is around 1,000 employees. The number of appointments, the monthly, is quite impressive, more than 3.5 million. So it's like for a startup who was starting from like two business owners who like started from having one little product in Poland. This is quite impressive. It was done in 9 years. Okay, so I will try to explain what I did in organization for data, and I will talk about a little bit about everything, because I believe in systems. Everything is interconnected, so you cannot change these processes and think that, I don't know, organization setup or communication will improve. So I will show you how we change organization setup, how we change processes. I will base it on a use case, and I will show you tools we are using and wrap it up with the future potential. So usually in companies we have these teams, right? Like hard to imagine that we will not have these 4 teams, and there is always need to be communication between them. As the heart of it all are the teams who are delivering data and insights. So in our specific case, we had a growth team in a product team. Business had BI team, marketing performance, and technology had data engineering. So now this network of communication is becoming even more complicated. So to add to this, growth team was not actually cooperating with one team only. We were growing. We had already 9 and 10 product teams, and there needed to be a communication internally as well. So first thing we did to change this huge communication network, we replaced the growth team with the individual agents. And that was something interesting. So this was for each cluster of product team, we had a product data analyst who was part of the product team, but also closely collaborating with any other team in organization who is working on data and analytics. The second thing we changed in organization was how we approach the governance of data. So we chose which organization, which team inside the company have a global ownership over standardization, quality, and setting up the standards, how the things are done. So while the product team, marketing team, technology and business team, they have their own KPIs, their own goals, they know what they want to do, then the BI team was telling them how to do it, how to measure it. That worked well. I will refer to a nice article, it's on the bottom of the page, where there was another problem referred to, which organizations are very commonly encountering. It's how we collect data and how we later use it. So we can see 3 silos again. The source team, very often independent team, the hyper-specialized data or ML platform team, and then the consumer team. So you can imagine, and maybe you see it in your organization too, that the source team very often don't know what the data will be used for. And by the time the data and the insights are delivered to the consumer team, it's sometimes losing a meaning, and it's not able to be used in a proper way. So we canceled source team, and we added them to support product team, and basically we made product team our source team. And that was brilliant, because now the silos were just removed. So whoever was collecting the data was also later using it, all together with marketing and business. So from now on, we only need to make sure that we include BI, data, and performance team in the loop, and we were all set. Okay, so what is happening step by step? First, product team is defining what they want to be doing, and what we asked them to add to this was what kind of KPIs and what kind of metrics they need to see to be able to properly measure success of this project. Then our special agent was checking what is there and defining how we should do it. And if we have all the events needed, all the data needed to create these reports. It was done all together with the developer, so the technical ability to connect events in-app was also checked, and with the supervision of BI team, who were, every time there was a new case, they were able to step in and say, okay, in this new case, we'll do it this way. Then, once product team know how to implement new events, how to add new data collection, they were delivering it during the same time, the same process as a normal product implementation. It was processed with the data engineering team. So from events, we have data processed and prepared to do the reports. And ta-da, we have again our special agent prepared the report, which is delivered to everyone in a company. So this role of product data analyst is quite special one. And I believe this is something what is underappreciated in our times in the companies. We tend to focus on specialists, but thanks to this, sometimes we are in a situation when we have a very specialized teams working separately and they don't know how to communicate. They deep dive so much into what they are doing. Sometimes they have even different language. That's why we should employ and find out in the company the generalists, the people who are like knowing a little bit from each sector, and they can connect between the other silos. When you put these two together, you have a perfect balance. Yeah, that's just a definition. I don't think it's very common, right? Like, it's not very known. Okay, so what's so cool about this? I find it very cool because what we did is fitting perfectly into the product development process. So when the product team is creating the feature specification, I don't think I'm doing it right. No. Okay, never mind. So when the product team is doing the feature specification, they also are defining the architecture of the report, what they want to see. Then at the next step, when they are working more on the details of the product, there is a time to review this architecture of the report and define how to do it. Once we know how to do it, we can implement these events, missing like elements we need to track in the app, in the same time by the same developers, so no additional resources are needed as the product team has. And then we are testing it, again, together with the development process. And at the time of release management, we are releasing and upgrading the new version of the app or changes new feature in the app. And also we are having connected analytics. So we see exactly what is happening there. And this is example from our app. These violet screens are new ones. It's one of the onboarding process. So product team is defining this, what will happen, like how we will change the app. And additionally, they define the conversion funnel that they want to see it, like how it works. They define, okay, we have this and this business metrics, and we want to see it also very fast after upgrade. And then we want to see it for specific clusters, for specific segments of users. Product data analyst sit down with the developer and define, okay, so that means in terms of events, we need to see how many users displayed this page, how many users displayed this page, and how many users aborted or proceed with the process. And that's how it looks like in specific for our tool we are using. We are using Firebase. And we made some sneaky trick with this. So this is not a normal event collection. We created the event which only altogether with two first parameters you can decode what it actually is. What is the action on the screen? We did it because there are some limitations in each tool. And if you want to use any tool, you need to check carefully what are the limitations. In our case, we learned very fast that there are limitations about the number of events. And we wanted to track as much as possible in app. So this was the way to bypass it. And this is how it looks in a query. So we have these clusters at the bottom, where we have the screen name, first parameter, and event action, the second parameter. These are the two parameters we are filtering for, always. And this is also for improving the search query speed. As well, we can filter through some clusters, some segmentation, like countries, business IDs, category name, and other, like everything, actually. And as I mentioned, we are using Firebase. So like these are some examples of like what are the limitations in this tool. So every time you're using any tool for analysis, it's very important if you will want to later connect to this data analysis, machine learning, and like more advanced tools, it needs to be prepared like very well and very well thought through to make the structure as scalable as possible. Because once the app will grow, the number of events will be like really, really big. Oh, actually, we called the Google and asked what will happen if we will reach the limit, because we were coming closer and closer, and they said they don't know, because no one did it before, so we were the first. Okay, and this is how the whole process looked like. So the users are having activity in app. We are connecting events to each platform on the backend as well. They are triggered to the Firebase and then to the Google Cloud platform. From there, we can create this. And we are using Power BI for it. So this is the example of the funnel. Probably you've seen this. And we can see how the conversion is going here and on which step we have a problem. But of course, this is not the only tool we are using. We are using other tools for more like marketing-related stuff. But the main thing here, which I want to like really point out, is that it's very important to connect it all together, like all tools we are using in-app, to connect it with the one end tool, which will be able to process all of this data and insights. Because then, in the organization, we have like a really good translator. We have dashboards and collaboration space when each team can add their needs and their goals. So what we are doing now, when the product team is preparing a dashboard, we are asking marketing team to add their KPIs or to say before implementation, okay, from our perspective, we need this and that, and this is important. Or we have pre-prepared templates from the business team to add always when we change something specific in app. So this is a game changer. Yes, so now we are working like this. We are having this one tool, which is available for every team in a company. And this is where we collaborate. This is where we exchange the information. This is where we understand what the other team just said and what they need. So yes, as a little summary, why I am so hyped about global analytics, it gives us insight about what is happening in-app, which can be very valuable. It can give us an understanding who our user is and how they behave and so on. It helps product team see the bigger picture. This is not happening often. Like very often product team is just doing the next implementation and seeing their own goals, and that's it. But this is making them see what's out there. And it's a translator platform, and when it's done properly, and if it's optimized when implemented, then it's great baseline for machine learning, algorithms, and all AI tools. So what I described right now, it was just the first stage. It was figuring out what happened. Next step to go further with this would be to try to figure out why something happened. And for that, many companies are using A/B testing and other form of experiment. The next step would be predictive analytics. So then maybe some machine learning algorithms to start to predict what users will do. And the last, like holy grail, would be to figure out how we can make user do something. And in our case, it's very interesting because our users are business owners, and we really want them to succeed. And so if you would know how to make them perform better, we should employ it. Like that's our mission. So we are aiming there. We are not there yet, but we are keep trying. We are somewhere on this line. But that was the first step, and I hope it was it was looking helpful. 3 takeaways, the things I find quite interesting and maybe new. Remember about generalists, they are underappreciated. Create global governance, this is really important. We need to have standards of how we collect data because later it can block our further development and use of the more complicated tools. And the third, choose wisely what will be your translator tool. And you will not only have a data analytics, but you will also have a place to collaborate. And that's it. Thank you very much.